Oh, howdy soldiers, Main Gamers here. And yeah, as you can see, I'm making a new patch for the lane tier list and the jungle tier list as well. So yeah, let's start with the god tier, or I already changed the name guys. It changed to the absolute must pick as lane. And yeah, let's talk about Leafeon. Yeah, Leafeon still absolute must pick as lane guys. Can be absolute must pick as hyper too, can be hyper carry too as well. Must pick as jungle too actually. Because why? Because Leafeon got a buff. So I put it still in the absolute must pick as lane guys. Leafeon got a buff on the Solar Blade, Aerial Ace, and the nerfing changed a little bit for the Leaf Blade. But I still think like Leafeon, yeah, I still have pretty decent damage, right? Decent AoE damage. Yeah, it's just pretty broken. And yeah, we have Lucario here. Yeah, Lucario got a change for the Unite move. So now the animation speed have been increased. So like it's not like before, right? Like really long animation, right? For this Unite move Lucario, but now it's really fast on this Unite move Lucario. And they buff it the extreme speed, the damage, and they buff it the close combat as well. They decrease it the cooldown of the close combat. And yeah, and then there is a as you can see there's 3 all-rounder, especially Dragonite. Last patch got a buff, right? So yeah, I think it's pretty solid for this Dragonite. Still, even though got a nerf guys, even though got a nerf on the Hyper Beam, but just cooldown. It's just cooldown guys. Then we have Zacian. Yeah, Zacian, I think it's still pretty OP. Still pretty OP. Same as Urshifu. You combo with Comfy, right? Yeah, I think still pretty nuts. And then we have Slowbro, Lapras. Yeah, these two defenders still pretty solid as defender right now. As lane. Then we have Gudra here. Yeah, why I put the Gudra in the Absol must pick as lane? Because yeah, actually Gudra got a massive buff actually on its passive, on the Dragon Pulse, and then uh they increase the slow on the Power Whip and the Acid Spray. So like when you use skill right, the enemy got have been slowed by this skill too, or I can say Power Whip or Acid Spray. And then the Unite buff got a movement speed and increase as well. So yeah, that's the huge buff too on Gudra. And then we have 4 supporter here. Yeah, you know right, Elugot, still pretty insane supporter. The boosted attack and the healing and the Unite move that can invincible, and then you just like you can last it right with the Unite move Eldegood actually. So yeah, like this supporter like can be like damaging, supporting, alright, or like be controller right to the opponent. Yeah, I think it's just like Elder God is just pretty nuts. Then we have Clefable. Yeah, Clefable I put it here because of the healing AoE damage from the Moonlight and the gravity that can silence the skill of the opponent that can dash. If the enemy one like tries to run away with the skill dash, right? Or maybe even though your spell is eject button but still can be blocked by this gravity of Clefable. Then we have Hoopa. Yeah, you know Hoopa, right? Hoopa is like it's pretty insane. The mechanic is really game changing for this Pokemon Unite. You can teleport it, right? So like teleport to the base. So like it's not just a it's like a recall, but it's 2.0, I can say, because of this Hoopa. And then we have Comfy. Yeah, you know right, Comfy even though got a nerf last patch, but I think it's still pretty solid for the support for this one supporter, Comfy. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. For this episode, must pick a lane. Move on to the Soapin Kiramata, or you can say it's tier S in this new patch lane tier list. We have Zeraora. Yeah, Zeraora actually got a buff, guys. Why I put it here? Because they already changed the leveling system on the Zeraora, right? And they buffed the discharge discharge actually, but they nerfing a little bit for the wild charge, but I think wild charge is still insane, guys. Wild charge, and I think still insane. Discharge now is, yeah, it's pretty insane too actually. So yeah, that's good for the Aura player actually. Then we have Rodrigo, Zorak. Yeah, these two speedster, especially the Zorak actually, even though got a nerf, but I think still solid. And then we have Delpox, Inteleon, Chandler, Glaceon, Cramron, and Espion. Yeah, actually Inteleon got a buff, guys. Inteleon got a buff, but just on the Fell Stinger, actually. And yeah, Delpox, Chandler, Glaceon, Cramron, and Espion. I think it's still solid as attacker Pokemon, right? Oh yeah, I forgot the Alan Angel, guys, actually. Alan Angel is a, yeah, I think it's the best attacker in laner, guys. Must pick S lane. Apa? Hmm? Ito mo. Speak as line, guys. Yeah, I think Alan Ninjas just have the AoE damage, right? From his Ignite move as well, have big AoE damage. And then the freeze control, actually. He can combat with Blizzard and Avalanche right now. And yeah, I think it's still insane, actually. And we have Azumarill, Basol, and Caesar. Yeah, these three all-rounder last patch got a buff, right? Yeah, I think it's still pretty solid Pokemon right now. Then we have Trevenant, Umbreon, Mamoswine, Blasto. Yeah, this for defender. Actually, Umbreon got a nerf, guys. Umbreon got a nerf. Really, really a lot of nerf. But they have a small change on the wish. They buff it, guys, but just cooldown. And in Mamoswine, yeah, they buff it. Really, really change the Mamoswine for the passive on the Ice Fang and the Earthquake. They increasing the damage, both of them skill. And the Unite move have been decreased the cooldown as well, guys. So yeah, I think it's still pretty good. So yeah, for the Umbreon, I mean the Umbreon, I think it's still pretty good. But for the Mamoswine, yeah, it's pretty good right now for this Mamo because of the buff. And then we have Blasto, yeah. Blasto I think still pretty solid as defender in lane. Or maybe you can be hyper if your team like full attacker but no one is hyper carry, right? So I just pick Blasto, or maybe you can pick Gudra maybe. And then we have Blissey, yeah, Blissey I think still solid as supporter. You can heal with this Blissey, or maybe you can helping hand to boost the attack speed for the a Cinderace, or maybe Dragon Ball, or maybe, or like, yeah, 5 attacker damaging carry combo with Blissey, right? Yeah, I think it's still pretty solid actually. And then we have tier A, yeah. I'm shocked for this to Roldon, because why? Roldon got a buff but been nerfed, but the damage for just one Pokemon, guys. So yeah, I think like just like damaging the opponent is still pretty solid actually. Yeah, I think Rodon, I'm fixing it up. So now it's tier A because they buffing the cooldown. They decreasing the cooldown for the Dragon Balls and the Flash Cannon, and they buff the Stealth Rock actually. But yeah, I think still like the other skill too still pretty solid. Why? Because it have dash but like back forward, guys. So I think it's still pretty solid actually. I forgot. It's Raquel actually for this roll down on the skill too that can dash back forward. I don't know. I'm just guessing, guys. Then we have Venusaur. Yeah, Venusaur, Gardevoir, Mew, and Sylveon. If you can play this Pokemon, actually still pretty solid. Actually, solid Pokemon in the current meta right now as lane. But yeah, I think still above them in right up here, or maybe Alan until right now you can pick one of them. And then we have Machamp, Charizard. Yeah, I think these two all-rounder Pokemon are really like, yeah, I think it's just like solid, have a big damage too. Actually, the Charizard massive burn damage right on its Unite move, and the Machamp insane Unite move actually. Insane Unite move, and sometimes the skill on the cross chop can actually be crit, or from the boosted attack. Each basic attack can be crit for this Machamp. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid damage actually from this Machamp and Charizard. Then we have Sableye. Yeah, I don't know why Sableye still. Yeah, it's just like thief your point. Thieving your point actually for this Sableye. Yeah, it's just like still you can still confuse the enemy, right? You can use the confuse ray, or maybe if you want a little bit more damaging to help the your teammate, right? You can use a feint attack, guys. Feint attack. So like you just drop a fake Aeos energy, right, to the map, right? Just the direction you want to put, right, in the bush or maybe in there, right? There or there, right? Yeah, it's just pretty annoying. It's still pretty annoying for disable actually. Not really OP, but it's just like annoying, I guess. And yeah, that's it for the tier A, guys. Move on to the B, or I can say it's just playing this Pokemon just for fun. Or maybe I can say it's still viable, but not really good like as A tier or maybe a S tier or maybe in absolute must biggest line, or I can say it's God tier actually. We have Pikachu. Yeah, still solid actually. Pikachu, Garchomp, Aegislash, right? Gengar, Absol, Talonflame, still solid. And then this three defender, Greedon, Crustle, and Snorlax still solid. And then we have Wigglytuff. Actually, Wigglytuff got a buff, but just on the Sing. They just decreased the cooldown on the Sing, guys. And then we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, yeah, I think Mr. Mime still viable, but like not really OP like when the first time Mr. Mime got been a change for the skill on the Mr. Mime. And we have tier C, I think, or I can say it's meh tier. We have Sarina, yeah, I think Sarina still be outplayed by these Pokemon that are really meta right now. Then we have Cinderace, Decidueye, Rugapole, and Greninja. Yeah, I think it's just like these four attacker damaging carry Pokemon like are just really good at just being hyper guess, but like really being a in lane like in top lane or maybe bot lane. I think it's just like meh. It's just lol maybe. Yeah, I think that's my opinion when you're playing Cinderace. Why are you playing Cinderace in lane? Why are you playing Decidueye in lane? Why are you playing Rugapole in lane? Why are you playing Greninja in lane as well? Involve them in the same lane. Yeah, I don't know why. That's just a question for the random player. Then we have tier D. Yeah, I'm shocked. Why Tyranitar right now is in tier D right now? But yeah, like it's not just like really you don't have to use it. No, but I think like in the current meta right now, like they buff the Lucario, right? And they buff the Zeraora, right? The like underrated Pokemon and the Pokemon that already buff of this Pokemon and they are come back to in meta right now. But for the Tyranitar, like yeah, still king of the late game actually. But yeah, in the leveling actually, guys, the skill two of the problem. Still, the problem on the Tyranitar is if you want to get the skill 2 right, you have to or you have to evolve into Tyranitar, or I can say you have to level 9 first to get your first skill 2 and the a Unite Wolf as well. But for this Tyranitar actually, I think yeah, solid in the late game because the leveling I think is still yeah pretty good, but I think for the skill 2 I hope they change it for this Tyranitar. I hope they change for this Tyranitar the leveling on the skill 2 actually. For the skill 1 still solid. You can pick Dark Pulse right in the early, but when the or maybe level 7 or maybe level 8, but I think it's just maybe level 7 already evolution to Tyranitar right, or maybe still Pupita right, but you can pick a skill too, like picking a ancient power or maybe a Santom or maybe, but you can evolve at the Tyranitar at level 7 guys. So yeah, like in the early or mid game, you already have a true damage from the passive or the skill 2, and then combo with your dark pulse and your basic attack. True damage will be more OP for this Tyranitar. Yeah, I think that's for the new patch on the lane tier list. Now, let's head to the jungle tier list, guys. So yeah, this is new patch jungle tier list. Yeah, I already explained it, the buff on the or nerf all on this Pokemon the lane tier list. So if you wanna replay it back, yeah, you can. Yeah, we have Zeraora. Yeah, when Zeraora become hyper right in the early, you already got a spark or full switch. Yeah, I think it's pretty OP right now for this Zeraora right now. Must pick as jungler, guys. And then we have Leafeon. Yeah, Leafeon's still solid. And then we have a Urshivo, Dragonite, Zacian, yeah. These three all-rounders still pretty OP as jungler as well. Then we have Delpox actually, yeah. Delpox when it's become hyper, it's already level 6, right? Yeah, I think it's just pretty solid for this Delpox. And then the Inteleon actually, yeah, Inteleon, why put it in a Absol must pick as jungler? Yeah, in early you already clear it fast because on the skill 2 when you combo it with the passive right proc the passive instant crit damage right and can be stacked right. Yeah, it's just with the basic attack, boosted attack, or your skill 2 right, gonna be have a insane amount of damage because of the crit guys. So yeah, I think that's for the Absol must pick as jungler. And then we have a so OP in Kyuan Meta, or I can say it's tier S. We have Venusaur, Cinderace, Glaceon, Espeon, Gardevoir, Cramorant, Chandler, and Dodrio. Yeah, I think all of these Pokemon still solid, even though Chandler got nerfed, guys. Even though Chandler got nerfed, but just nerfing the cooldown, guys. So they are just increasing the cooldown for the overheat and overheat plus and the imprison, guys. Yeah, I think but Chandler is still very solid Pokemon, guys. Can be hyper as well. Same as Inteleon, but not really OP like Inteleon. It's not, guys. And then we have Dodrio. Yeah, still Dodrio is still solid, guys. Then we have Tier A. Yeah, as you can see, look at this. Ragabolt, Decidueye, Greninja, Duraludon. These four attacker damaging carry are gonna be OP when it's become jungler guys, or I can say it can be hyper on your team. Then we have three defender here. You can pick Lapras or maybe Gudra or maybe Blastoise if your teammate full attacker but no one is hyper, right? You can pick Lapras because of the damage, right? And then you can still pick Gudra. Yeah, Gudra I think solid right now because of the buff, and then Blastoise still solid because of the big amount of damage, right? In the early. Yeah, I think that's it. Then we have all-rounder here. We have Garchomp, Charizard, Aegislash, Tyranitar. Actually, Tyranitar, Machamp, Azumarill, Basol, and Scizor. Yeah, I what I already said, when Tyranitar become hyper, right? In the early, you already got a level 5 early. But if you are really lucky, right? If you are really lucky, yeah, like maybe you can dominate the enemy, right? In the mid game, because you already level 9 and then you already killed the opponent, right? You already like level 10 or maybe level 11, you already got a dark pulse plus, right? Yeah, I think Tyranitar gonna be still pretty solid, but as jungler, guys. But in lane right now, I don't know. The current meta is changing right now. It's keep changing. And then we have Machamp. Yeah, Machamp still pretty solid as become hyper. Then we have Azumarill, Buzzwole, and Scizor. Yeah, when it's become hyper, this always all-rounder Pokemon in Tier 8 are pretty solid actually. Are pretty solid. Especially the Tyranitar. When you're like already level 9, right? Are like, yeah, really high level than your opponent, right? You can just dominate the game, right? With your true damage on the skill 2 and with your dark pulse combo it, right? Yeah, I think it's just pretty solid, guys. Then we have Zoroark here. Zoroark. I think Zoroark right now, yeah, you can stay jungling, but like not as good as like Zeraora right now, or maybe like Leafeon, or maybe Dodrio. It's not like as good as three Mr. Pokemon, like all the above of these tier A guys. But yeah, Zoroark actually still pretty solid. Still have big damage actually, even though the stat of the attack of Zoroark got nerfed. But yeah, I think it's a pretty solid Pokemon for the Zoroark. Zoroark. And then we have Talonflame, Gengar, and also yeah, when they become hyper, they're pretty good actually. When you can play it, guys. And then we have Tier B here. This is just my idea, guys. Just playing this Pokemon, but I think it's just for fun, maybe. Yeah, maybe sometimes you can play, guys. Like Ninetale Hyper, you can like play a Mage build, or maybe you can build a attack speed build, Aura Veil build. If you wanna become Ninetale Hyper, and then we have Mew here. Mew, I think yeah, still viable. Then Pikachu, yeah, I think it's just for fun, guys. Fun as hyper. And then we have Sylveon. Yeah, Sylveon actually, when it become hyper, maybe I think you're gonna be like, yeah, good optional. Pick a hyper voice, but I think maybe you can just choose a mystical fire. So like, just dash right to the opponent and just automatically damage the opponent from your mystical fire in early years. Yeah, I think Sylveon's still solid. Yeah, I think that's it, guys, for the new patch for the lane and jungle tier list, guys. So yeah, that's it for the new patch tier list today. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys. See you next time in the next video for the more upcoming new Pokemon, maybe another leak, or maybe like, yeah, another patch, or maybe upcoming event in Pokemon Unite. And yeah, I just wanna info the Blaziken got delayed on the September, right? Blaziken will be released at 14 September, guys. Don't forget, guys. Blaziken will be released at 14 September. Okay? So yeah, that's it for the video of my tier list day. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.